Good day, Lords and Ladies. Now, before we dive back into the last spell, I wasn't going to do another episode of this week, but due to some technical issues on my end, with my internet not working fantastically at time of recording, the video I was going to record, I can't. So I thought, just to have something go up, and so we can have a bit of continued momentum, we'd dive back into the last spell, to have 2 episodes this week, and check out the new map. So let us dive right in. Okay, so it's Ellenwald, or Gellenwald. A small lumberjack's hamlet turned key woodworking hub thanks to the lush forest. Okay, so I take it there's going to be lots of, from the looks of it, open to the north and a lot of holes to the southwest and southeast. Looks like there's a lot of cover which will allow the enemies to get close without a lot of things slowing them down. Okay, so we're going to go base difficulty, because I don't really like doing apocalypse level. And what I'm going to pick up perk wise, more tainted essence would be good. The closest point, more health, more mana, more movement, damage, omen of violence, more armor. Item sold, get 10 more. I will get more essence, more movement. They have the crippling punch perk available. It means punching is better early on, which saves us special limits. Leapfrogging definitely. Bit of extra mana, though that's not great. I'd rather go or have extra damage. The closest the mist can be to is further from the haven. I mean, that would be good, to be honest. 10% more gold from an item isn't fantastic, to be honest. Extra armor is good, extra critical is good. But that would take up both our slots to have that, but it would mean that we wouldn't always have to rely upon having the mist to have the Seer's Hut. Let's go with that. So we've got these things, a bit of extra damage, extra movement points, a lot of extra essence. I am losing the armor early on, which hurts. I mean, all heroes have 10% extra damage, which doesn't really do a lot. Extra mana is always nice. Mist being further away. Let's try this combination. That's a bit different from what I normally do. Get a lot of extra essence. Allows us to unlock some things faster. Okay. So you've got that done, okay. Okay, so let's have a look at the map. So they're coming off strong straight away, a free skull wave right off the bat. Okay. Things blocking everything. Okay, that's great. What do our characters look like? Less damage, movement points, physical damage. So her damage isn't bad, but not great. And she's not really set up for... She's not actually set up really to have... I'd rather make her a rogue. Be honest, she seems to be more geared for that. Opportunism. What perks? You have poison. Stun chance, poison. So either that or we go poison build for her. I mean, she's got the fighting tree. You're a range unit. Mercenary, resistance. Daily health regen, that's not great, but it's not bad. As long as it hit resistance, it's not great. But his damage is okay for everything. And you... Temple Servants. So really, she's going to be a hardcore caster. Okay. Some extra damage. And they start with items, physical resistance, movement point. Movement points going down for the archer isn't so bad. Ugh. Extra accent point isn't too bad. Okay, we've got no money. 2 workers. The shrine statue is indestructible. Seems to be a picture of a statue of a mage. The layout of this map's actually pretty bad, to be honest. Not a good lot of good, and the trees are indestructible as well, so it means we won't get a lot of clear firing lines. Deadly mist. Okay. So they're coming this way. Yeah, and his firing lines are going to be absolutely skewed because of all the terrain. So he's going to have to be, there's going to be a lot of maneuvering, running around, doing things. Okay. So they're pushing straight forward here. Probably the best we're going to get out of it. Let's see where we go. Okay, so right off the bat. Alright. So we need to start killing the big guys straight off. Missed. Not what I wanted. Okay. The mage can run up here. Don't have to kill them, we just have to basically slow them down, really. Nothing else to shoot. Okay, I'll shoot that person then. Okay, this group coming up here is going to be annoying. Movement and... Okay. Physical damage, move the hero to the designated square and then do a thing. Okay, so we need to let them get close enough to us. I don't want to use mana if we can help it. She hasn't got a ton. Okay, now let's get that up. Okay. So what exactly are we looking at? His mana regeneration isn't great. He has they have group lightning though. I don't want to drop it, but I might have to because that group is looking pretty nasty. Okay, so I can't easily get to there, so they're going to have to start taking pot shots at those guys. Sniper shot, you do have mana regen, but you can't see the target. Can you see the target there? No, so he's got to get within range. That's annoying. Okay. If that's the case, I'd rather drop an AoE. Yeah, I'm going to drop an AoE in this group. He has the energy replenishment for it. You can move up. Let's get you to here. You can move up. That's going to be a debuff, isn't it? It's not going to be the thing I want. And that's across a white spectrum. They're going to push up. Yeah, you're going to have to just hold again. Up here, you've got no more action points, and they're aggressively approaching. Okay. That miss hurts. Okay. I can't afford to drop another thing, so I'm going to have to drop a resistance degrader so they basically get downed. And you're pushing up and now, but we do have the ability now to see all the enemies out in the open. So we can start to take advantage of that. They're stunned. That person isn't going to get into the settlement. Okay. A couple of the big guys are still up. So what does it do? Okay. That takes 2 action points. How deep do I want to go in? That's fine, we'll pull back. The only person that's able to reach us is that person. I have enough mana to respond. Okay, so let's armor up. So they're pushing. That's fine. Because I can just sort of run down here with this character. Do this. That's not great, but I should have probably popped the Berserker Rage. It's okay. Come on. Yeah, this is going to hurt. Yeah, that's going to hurt a lot because these guys are all going to gang up on me and I haven't got a ton of armor. Ah. Not great. These guys getting into the settlement up here is problematic. Not a lot of thing in my spellcaster we can do about it because I can't afford to drop another debuff this early. But you can drop one on that group there, which will buy us some time. I didn't realise there's a big guy in the back. He's out of sight as well. Okay. Really good to get around. I mean, it's not great, and they're getting close to getting to the wall. Debuffing stuff is probably the best thing for resistance-wise at this stage. just to slow them down. Nothing else, and I need to start working on these big guys that are coming across the back. Okay. Yeah. The damage to the settlement is starting to creep up. I really don't want that to happen. So I'm probably going to do this to clear out what we can. That really misses, doesn't it? Lordy day. They're going to get within range unless I do something. No, I need to start dropping these guys, to be honest. It's getting problematic. That person's going to be slowed. Not slowed, he's going to be completely stopped. Okay. Down here. I really don't want to drop another electricity thing so early, but they're becoming problematic, so I might have to. Yeah, it's going to hurt early on. Doing this really hurts because we won't have the chance to get it back easy. I'm going to have to build a mana shrine early on. I take it because this is a wood mill, there's going to be loads of lumberjacks. Okay. That being destroyed is painful. Health damage early on sucks. And that miss really sucks. How much mana do you have left? You can drop another one of these AoEs to help clear out the hordes. You taking damage is actually pretty bad for me, to be honest. Yeah, this is going to be a rough start, I think. Archer needs to get over here. And I can't afford to do anything like... Let's try here. So it doesn't really... Okay, so they're going to probably smash that. Yeah, which pushes up our worry levels. And we need to start tanking down this guy. Hindsight, I need to be using this more often. Okay. Out of action points. Do I have the mana for a recharge? 43. I don't, so... have to keep his mana up because he's already gone into the black. That sucks. Mana the action point economy for this attack isn't great. Okay. He's got him, but he's got nothing left. Can't move. Let's try putting outside to see if we can trigger an attack. So they're panicking, that's fine. Okay. Everybody leveled up. So we didn't get a ton. Okay. Early on, it's another 3 skull wave right off the bat, and it's coming right in this direction. Okay. Let's repair what we can. Doesn't leave us a lot to work with. But we do have to start trying to fix up these defenses. Something like that we'll have to do. Characters leveled up. Okay, straight off the bat. Damage. Healing received is probably the best bet, or healing regen. Let's reroll. Skill range. Skill range is good for abilities. Perks early on. Cheer. Daily health regen as armor is always good. Unit unlock sprint, not a fan of that. But daily health as armor for melee characters is always really powerful. Range damage. Critical, get his critical up. Extra movements. Resistance. Let's do a reroll and see if we get anything. I'll get accuracy. Healing received, experience gain, reliability. Get his daily mana increased. At least that will be useful for us. Poison. Every 2 attacks from the hero dodge, but at least 1 unit restores 1 action point, and accuracy. Yeah, it's not too bad. Okay. Now for my caster, he needs mana regen. Critical going up isn't bad. Yeah, daily mana regen, there we go. We're going to send her down the caster route. Yeah, because he's got nothing early on that I want. Doesn't move Axion skill range. She hasn't got the buff ability, so I'll grab the extra mana for her, then we'll go straight into criticals. Okay. She hasn't got the best mana tree, to be honest. But she hasn't got a good other mana tree either. A good other skill tree either, so what's the reward we get? Extra boots, health regen, block, movement armor, healing received. I'll grab the pants. Because that's armor, yeah, movement points, which basically C needs. She loses 2 block, but extra movement, extra resistance, and extra dodge would be good. Not great though. What's the items they all have on them? Mana regeneration, health and accuracy, and health regen. You get action points, which is too good to take off you. Okay. Early on. Early on, I really need to be building my economy, so it's going to be... Where do we put stuff on this map? That's the question. There's no surefire safe area by the looks of it. So... let's build a couple of houses. To get extra workers. And I will expand that. The shop would be good, but I need to start saving up money for getting more important things. Okay, so what do I want to get rid of first? Early on, the attack's coming from this direction, so materials are gold. Let's grab the money here first, because then we can upgrade some more small buildings. And here as well. Some more workforce would be good. But one thing I do need to start throwing down is I need to start throwing down a gold mine. I should have probably done that earlier, to be honest. There's no great place for it, unfortunately, but that we'll have to do there. That will give us some passive 25 extra gold every turn. Extra workers is always useful. $16 gold. It's not a lot to work with. Anything in the shop for 16 gold. Dodge damage, that's not bad. Poison efficiency. You get a dagger and start off with there. I do like the magic orbs. Novice magic orb. Don't know how useful it's going to be. None of those interest me. They've all got locked stats, so they can't do that. You go dagger, but it's isolationist. So, isolation. And she already has those boots on, which is better. I mean, give it to the archer. Less mana, but more damage, more accuracy, more block at a loss of dodge. Don't want a wooden short bow. The novice one isn't really worth it, in my honest opinion. You lose quite a lot of health. Rusty shield, as good as it is, isn't great right now. We can't even afford it. Bit of extra damage and accuracy early on never hurts. So let's grab that. Yeah, have spiked greaves, bit of extra damage, accuracy goes up. You can't get a lot for the items we are selling, but we'll still get a little bit. 6 doesn't get us anything. Okay. So, next term we'll get a little bit of extra money, and we've got 6 workers, which is better than like the 2 we started with. Will help us clear out some more buildings. Probably going to target the freeze the last free one there, and the 2 that we have. There's 2 free ones there. So if we can gather those up, they'll be a good way of getting a bit of extra cash and building up our economy. The problem is we're going to have to be aggressive about this. I probably bought too many houses starting off with as is. Because they're pushing down here pretty aggressively. We do have building materials, some more building materials. So we can do something like... I'm not happy with that being there, to be honest. Getting in the way of having a half-decent defensive line. Crossbow early on wouldn't be a terrible thing. It's not going to be great because of where things are located, but having it somewhere like here would probably help quite a bit, to be honest. Especially if we can get it to be raised high. And it would help take care of this corner for us. Yeah, so let's put that in there. Okay, so that stands up there, will give us a bit of extra capacity for defense. There's no good place for a door. So if there's not a good place for a door, I'm just going to close it. So this is going to be a hard line, and we'll just have to jump over it. There's no probably the best place for the gate would have been down here, where the path is going up into it, or maybe here. But that's just how it is. Okay. Where do we want to put them? If they're coming straight down this way, we also need to save up as much money as possible to get the seer so we can throw back the mist, because the closer the mist gets to us, the worse the situation will be for us. So we need to push the mist back as far as possible, as quickly as possible. Everything had to be done a lot more effectively now. Probably should have invested in getting more gold down early. But we only had 120, so we would have got 2 gold mines, and that's it. With this, we can get at least... We can get at least an extra 108 gold. And, let's see... 92 extra construction materials next turn. Which we can basically put into getting more workers. Well, I put in getting more workers, or put into getting... Probably want to get more gold. The earlier you get your gold mines in, the more effective they are. We also need to hire people, and we also need to save up to get the Seer's Hut, which is 140. I mean, I might even have to get that just straight off the bat, to be honest, because it looks like the game's going to be a lot harder, and we need to keep the mist back as far as possible. Since we're in the forest, I suspect that lumberjacks are going to be a much more common encounter. We seem to be getting a lot more harder. The difficulty seems to be being ramped up a lot more as well. So, not a lot we can do. Besides now going to the favours. Story element. Welcome to the Orc Outcome, Commander. What use do you have for tainted essence? I feed. I savour. I devour. What is useless to a mere human like you is nectar to my lips. Okay, so he's eating the souls of the people that we kill. Fantastic. Nothing like feeding an eldritch abomination. What do we want to unlock? To be honest, there are a lot of omens, but I'd rather start focusing on saving up XP to get the more uncommon items, more experience. Rerolls wouldn't be bad. I mean, more rare items would also be good. So that's nothing we really want there. We haven't locked any other traits. Getting another hat You could have bought a hat, to be honest. That would have unlocked that. Everything else we're working towards. Axe variety, dagger variation, hammer variations, great axes, all the like. Everything's slowly taking away. Crossbow variation. Whole host of things. This one is good. Stag set. Apply 1,500 debuffs. I suppose it adds, yeah, that boost, that kind of thing. Stun enemies. Cultist is all about poison by the looks of it. Apply poison damage. Have a hero spend 12 action points in a single turn, currently 10, several rounds. Okay. So to get that, we have to basically probably have a ton of action potions, chugging them like a crazy person. Our will reach level 11 in the several runs. That's probably something you have to do on harder settings. And once again, these are all things that really boost up the omens. I'm not terribly bothered. I know omens are powerful, it makes your runs better in this game. But the thing for me is that the ones we can unlock, which are the ones over here, the ones that we have the money for, like Omen of Health, all types of wooden walls, have 50% health. It's not great late game. Savaging Ruins Corpses yield. That one isn't too bad for only 1 point. You get 20% more resources, so early on it's good, but it taters off. These just give you likelihood of more weapons popping up, so if you're doing particular builds, it's not so bad. Or if you want to play a particular style, it's not so bad. And then you get stuff like the amount of heroes can now built in the haven is increased houses. That's not so bad, but 8,700 dark essence for that is a bit of a lunacy. Plus it's 2, so you're getting an extra workers slot, an upgrade slot for basically not a lot of gain back. Items have a better chance of being higher rarity. That's not so bad. Extra 100 resources, 30 extra gold. Heroes have the Death Denial perk enabled, which says he gives them an extra life. All heroes have 1 extra perk point. I mean, some of them are really powerful. Some of them really... The 20% extra ability is actually pretty good. That's quite a powerful one. Dodge, resistance, block, accuracy. Accuracy isn't actually that bad. That's quite good. The next 12% accuracy is pretty good. Isolation, certain builds. Heroes gain +3 damage every morning for the first 6 days, and 2 damage after that. That actually... So after 6 days, you'd get 3... Let's see, so you get 18 points of extra damage, plus 2% every day after that. So that's actually that's pretty good actually. It's quite expensive though. Daily mana regen, have +12 mana. That's actually really good. Because mana's a really important resource in this game. That's pretty good as well. That one's an action point. Everyone's having a +1 action point to a certain build is good. Especially since we can get characters with items that give extra action points. And then we're back into these things. I mean, I haven't really tried the traps, to be honest. The problem is you have to basically replace them after they get used. So they're basically a resource sink, and I'd rather have permanent buffs to start off with. Anyway. So here is probably going to send our great weapon user over here, because these are destructible. Well, they're not destructible, but we can get rid of them. Magic user have here. And the range unit is going to have line of sight block. The range unit is not going to be good for this map. From what I've seen, we need either a lot of indirect weapon fire, or we need to actually be clearing terrain. Unfortunately, a lot of the terrain is indestructible. So, range units on this map are going to suffer. It's better to probably have more melee-focused forces this time around, because of the choke points that are funneling a lot of enemies towards us. Besides down here. Yeah. This is going to be a weakness down here, to be honest. It's not great, but that's for next time. My plan is just to try and get ourselves a good foundation, to be honest, and try and get heroes up as quickly as possible, and the Seers up as quickly as possible. And that's for next time. I've been Cornish-knight. Be good. Bye.